Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 7 of the War Journal. Can't believe it's episode 7 already. Getting right into the heart of the deployment. And so I want to read a couple really cool journal entries and tell a funny story. And then I might read another letter depending on how much time we have. January 5th, 1991. After the battalion brief, I was surprised to receive a package from Ashley. All my bad thoughts soon disappeared. We BZO'd our rifles today, and we had some fun for a little while. Onward, Christian soldiers, through our miserable Marine Corps existence. Throughout the deployment, I struggled with dating Ashley in that relationship. Being deployed creates a lot of stress on a relationship, and being in the Marines, I witnessed firsthand adultery, infidelity. I saw how some women left their husbands and boyfriends on deployment, and that was always in the back of my mind, and it really caused some stress and anxiety. But it was something that I had to manage, and I tried to really stay focused on the mission and on operations, and really not let the relationship I was in kind of control my emotions or my thoughts. All right, here we go. January 7th, 1991. Last night was the battalion op. It really sucked. We froze our asses off, sitting on a hilltop for a couple hours, freezing our balls off. Everyone recognized that I should be the team leader of our team, and in a couple of days, we will find out what happens. Also, during the battalion brief, it seemed that I was one of the senior persons there, and my ideas and opinions were listened to. Tomorrow we are going back to Camp 15, which should be a little reprieve from our sandy oasis. All is well for now. I think I had mentioned in a previous episode that I was a senior operator in the battalion in my company prior to the deployment to Desert Storm. But I was reassigned, and I was still trying to establish myself within the platoon and trying to take on a team leader role, which hadn't happened. So it was a struggle for me, and going to the battalion brief and having my opinions heard, that meant a lot, and it was great for my ego and my self-esteem. But it also reinforced the fact that I should be leading troops, and it was something that I really wanted to do, lead troops in combat, lead a team in combat, and something that I was able to do later on in deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan. This will be the last one for today. January 8th, 1991. Well, today, after a good, long, hot shower and a clean pair of clothes, I feel like a human being again. This is a good reprieve from our tent life in the desert, even though we will be going back mañana. We on occasion would go back to Camp 15, and we were able to go to the PX, we were able to use the phone center, we could take showers, and even do laundry. And that was like a really great opportunity to feel human again. It would relieve the stress that we were under, being forward deployed out in the desert. And it would be a little reprieve. You could decompress for a couple hours, but it really was only a temporary reprieve to the constant stress and anxiety and the op tempo that we were going through. And it really was for me a way to escape, even if it was for a brief moment. And one of the stories that I have is I went 38 days without a shower at one point during the deployment. And if you have ever gone through something like that, you'll understand that your body starts growing things in places that you do not ever expect. And it is a very weird experience. And remember, this is 1991, and we don't have baby wipes and all of hand sanitizer and all the things that we have on deployments and I had on deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan. So you're taking a shower with a canteen and you're drying off with a towel. And it really was a situation that, created anxiety and stress, and I can't harp on it enough. And the one thing I really enjoyed and looked forward to was not only the shower, but going back and grabbing some food, having a hot meal, sitting down and using silverware and forks and knives and spoons, not eating MREs. And it's the little things that made a huge difference in the deployment. And when I deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, I remember eating at the ISAF chow hall, having all of the creature comforts and luxuries. And those things didn't exist back then. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that we should remember about Operation Desert Storm, is that it was back in 1991 and it was a totally different environment. And, I watched how we have changed in our deployments and warfare and how we conduct war. And I can honestly say that I'm happy that I was able to experience, war in the way I did. Anyway, I think we have enough time for a letter, and I think the next letter is on February 3rd. So we're kind of close. So let's go ahead and read the letter from February 3rd. These are always a crapshoot. You never know what we're going to get. This was actually written on January 29th, 1991. Dear Dad, hey, how are you doing these days there, Father? I am okay, just sitting around waiting on the word to go. We have been moving every couple of days, digging new fighting holes every new place we go to. If anything else, I will be in shape when I leave here. We have live rounds now, and I was issued a 9mm Beretta that I will try to bring home with me. I will try to send you stuff or bring it home with me when I get back. We're all trying to find souvenirs of, AK-47s and guns and things like that. I don't know what you have been hearing on the news, but don't worry, I will be okay. So how is my little nephew doing? How are you and Donna getting along? Hopefully well. Tell her thanks for the card she sent me. Oh, where is my care package you were going to send? Mail is kind of screwed up, so we haven't gotten any in a week, so I don't know if it would be coming. Well, that's all for now. Take care and love always. Your son, Jim. There's some funny stories. My dad would send care packages and he would fill the canteens with Jack Daniels, and which made me a hit with all the teammates. And it was good to get those care packages, and I enjoyed writing letters home and to family and friends. It was another way for me to share my experiences and put aside anybody's concerns or worry that something might happen to me. And I think it reinforced for me my belief that I would come out of this unscathed. Anyway, that's it for now. The next couple journal entries are quite fun, and they really show how, as we're getting closer to combat, how things are evolving and how the emotions are changing and how the stress levels are increasing. And I have a really funny story that I'll introduce in the next episode. And I really look forward to sharing these next couple episodes with everyone. And I got word on my first guest. He's a great friend of mine I've known for a number of years. We met right after boot camp, and we have been friends ever since. And I truly believe that this podcast with him will, I think, help people understand how veterans are impacted in different ways, whether it's PTSD, whether it's trauma, whether it's survivor guilt, whatever that is. And I really learned through my discussions with him over the past week, getting ready for the podcast, how other veterans interact with each other and why there's stigma behind being able to talk about either the emotional issues or the mental health issues. So I'm really excited about it, and I really hope that everyone will tune in, because I think it can help anyone, whether you're a veteran, whether you're just an individual who's going through a very traumatic period in their life, or you're dealing with some challenges in life. I think this episode will help. Anyway, I really look forward to it, and please, once again, help me grow this podcast and share it with all your family and friends. And thank you very much for being a part of this one today.